A very good evening. So, moving forward to the part 2 of the topic merging trust with tech, Union Overseas Bank and FinTech. The World FinTech Report 2020 revealed that despite a widening gulf between traditional banks and the big techs, the traditional banks still have an opportunity to thrive in today's market by the concept of OpenX. Now, OpenX is leapfrogging the compliance-based approach of open banking and moving to seamless exchange of data and resources empowered by an expedited product innovation cycle, which would focus mainly on improving the customer experience. Also, the report says that banks have to be more inventive. Though BIB Plus is on the field right now with all its services now available online, I don't really feel that apart from easing off the burden from the branches, it is providing anything inventive. So this might somewhere point us out that we should provide services combined with attractive offers and collaborations. This could lead to an increased customer base too. Moving forward on answering the first question, that is, how should your bank position in the industry? Let's look at the World FinTech Report 2020. The statistics says that only 21% of banks have agile systems for collaborations. Apart from that, looking at Union Overseas Bank, the CRISIL, that is the credit agency, has reaffirmed its CRISIL A1 plus rating on the Certificates of Deposit program of United Overseas Bank Limited, India. Here comes the picture of agile banking. Now, agile banking is basically to focus on cutting costs but increasing the efficiency while pleasing and retaining the customers, not forgetting to empower the employees and add to the bottom line. Now, this concept of agile methodology is still relatively new to the world of banking. We cannot deny that. Due to the commonality of in-house developed systems, mergers and acquisitions, and core platforms, banks' access to the data comes with complexities, and that is this cannot be faced by new tech competitors. There have been banks who have currently developed around 60% of its banking structure software using agile methodology. So, to position the bank in the industry, the UOB should focus on first encouraging on usage of online services more and more to speed up the transaction and focus more on the strengthening of the structure. Secondly, apart from just small and medium enterprises, it should start focusing on mid cap and large cap firms and attract them with attractive interest rates. Third thing is they can go on designing policies to curb the ill effects of economic slowdown, like CLBIL scheme launch to support the firms who lose businesses during the COVID. This can help them come into the public area, public attention, and grab a good amount of market. Addressing on to the second question is, what should your bank invest in? Let's first look at what World FinTech Report has to say. 70% of the fintechs don't culturally or organizationally see eye to eye with their bank partner. So here comes our area to play. UOB has to invest less on infrastructure, that is employees, buildings and all, and more on tech structures. It has to focus more on building strong competitive organizational structure to meet the future technological upgradations. Focus more on proving upgraded quality instead of achieving added technology or added quantity. Traditional banks must invest in middle and back end operations to deliver a better customer experience. And this is what the World FinTech Report 2020 has to say, because this is how these banks can remain competitive and appeal to the consumers. Moving on to the third question, that is, what opportunities and should your bank take advantage of and how to manage risk? The first part is the opportunities. One fundamental tenet of agile methodology is that it focuses on satisfying customer needs rather than merely building products and back-end technology. So this agile methodology will focus on improving the customer experience. That will be a top-notch priority. This can also be an opportunity for UOB on focusing on these such agile tools and making customer experience the top priority. The second opportunity lies in gradual technological upgradations in banking with ease sector through trials on proof of concept. We can say we can go on with replacement of passwords and pins through face ID and biometrics, launching contactless cards with embedded fingerprint sensors for secure transactions, managing cyber attacks by voice recognition and touch recognition, connecting gesture and emotions, and develop the apps accordingly. We can take the example of Alibaba. The payments could be made with a smile. Smile to pay was the time quote which they used to develop Alipay. A customer can pay with just a smile, and this was done in 2016. Third opportunity is the blockchain technology for the payments to launch the digital currencies. And the fourth opportunity, obviously, is designing robots to answer basic customer queries and not utilizing the human resources. Moving on to the second section of managing risk. It's important to realize that digital transformation is not equal to online banking. There are countless large retailers and other businesses that are already falling prey to high-tech intruders. They had also made their own efforts to digitize with an online presence. The real change comes from within. The success of the technology firms today depends on refocusing the developments from within the organization, solidifying the organization first and then to adapt to the customer needs. This process requires transforming the entire business process to make change an integral part of the process.